The gift of God for us fragheads, Theodoros Kalotinis. And I'm not even fucking lying or over exaggerating when I say this, because the name Theodoros actually means the gift of God, and that is what he is for us fragheads with this stunning creations that he has done. But before we do that, I would like to tell you a little bit of a background story for this video. It's the second time I tried to record this one. The previous recording, when I was done trying to edit it, it was so fucking boring that I could see the elephant John in front of me. By the way, have you ever seen an elephant John? Those are the things that go around in my head. I probably have some kind of diagnosis, A to Z without I and Q, but that is the way I am. What I want to go around in your head when you watch this video is to think about what is a masterpiece for you. Because the word masterpiece, I see so many people throwing it around like it is nothing, and then I see the 10 out of a 10 fragrance videos, 10 out of a 10 sexy fragrances, 10 out of a 10 tobacco fragrances, 10 out of a 10 boozy fragrances. I mean, what the fuck, how low are your standards that you call everything 10 out of a 10, that you call everything a masterpiece? Those words become tired. I become tired of those videos. So if you're tired of the word masterpiece or a 10 out of a 10 fragrance, well, you ain't been tired of it from this fucking channel, because I'm very careful with how I use that word. But I'm gonna use that word for some of the creations that I'm gonna talk about today from Theodoros Kalotinis. It's just a quick overlook of my 4 favorites from Theodoros Kalotinis, the Greek gentleman. So let's dive into it. And the first fragrance we're going to talk about is Tobacco Maniac. The first thing you need to know about Theodoros Kalotinis and his creations is that the notes listed on Fraggentica and on his website are just the most prominent notes. I believe that in some of these creations, the bunch of non-notes listed is unreal. But Tobacco Maniac is for me not a masterpiece, but a 9 out of a 10. The reason it's not a masterpiece is because it's maybe not the most unique scent. But take the honey from Naxos, take the tobacco from Parfum de Marly's Herod, smash them together, and you get Tobacco Maniac from Theodoros Kalotinis with a longevity of around 8 hours with a moderate sillage. But that is the best way to describe this, because you have that deep, rich, fluffy tobacco from Herod, the pipe tobacco that you find in Herod, with honey, a slight animalistic honey. So you get a slight animal feeling from that honey, a bee-like, yeah, you get what I mean. So that is what this fragrance is about. Somewhat linear, not happening too much, but maybe in the dry down you get a little bit more of a vanilla honey combination together with the tobacco that is there from the start to the finish. I love to see if it actually is, but I do get a slight boozy feeling from the opening. That is Tobacco Maniac. Next out we do have Aegean salt and citruses. Now, this fragrance, I've never looked up the notes, and I don't want to know the notes. In this case, I want the fragrance name of it have that psychological effect on me, to take me to the place in the world I think of when I smell this one, and that is the Greek island Zakynthos. It has the bluest water I ever seen, and that is what I think of when I smell this one. And the island also has some lemon trees and some citrus trees, and you get that invigorating feeling, you get that uplifting, you get a happy scent. When you smell it, it is a happy scent, you get a smile, you get so, pooh, it's like doing something like that or something. I don't know, ask Jeremy, I don't fucking know what he does. Anyway, I have wank and then he's done. so sorry, Jeremy. I'm not gonna fucking watch this anyway. But it is uplifting, it is invigorating, it is a happy scent, and I like to compare the quality of this fragrance together with Serge of Torino 21, together with Maison Francis Kurkdjian Aqua Celestia Forte. That is the quality of this one. You just feel it when you smell it. So you have to get your nose on Aegean salt and citrus. Next out we do have Sandalwood. Now we have come to the masterpiece fragrance. Sandalwood from Theodoros Kalotinis is a masterpiece. How come? Well, if you look up the notes of Fragrantica, you're gonna see oud, you're gonna see patchouli, you're gonna see lavdamon, you're gonna see sandalwood. But it's 40 notes in this fragrance. How do I know? Well, I asked Theodoros Kalotinis when I got this, and I said, look, to describe this fragrance, it's impossible that it is just those notes that you have listed. There must be more in this fragrance. And he said, yeah, there's actually 40 different components in this fragrance. Packed with woods was his word. So in my opinion, the sandalwood comes in two different kinds. You have the creamy sandalwood, the milky creamy sandalwood, and you have the sandalwood that goes in the pickle way. You find both in this one, but also you have the pencil shaving, the cedar wood. You have probably some oak in here. You have the oud. Obviously the oud is not overpowering. The oud is not the most prominent note in here, but it is there to lift up this fragrance to those levels. Oh, and you have the rum. The rum doesn't come forward at once, but after 1 hour you get hit by the rum, and it kind of becomes a new experience, a new fragrance, just like in a heartbeat when the rum really comes forward. I get that. Oh man, you need, as I said, it's so difficult. What is a masterpiece for you? For me, a masterpiece is that when I smell it every single time, I go, wow. That is what I think of when I smell sandalwood. I go, wow, in my head. Now, longevity 8 to 10 hours with a pretty good sillage, and one of my most complimented fragrances. And that is from working colleagues. Work colleagues at work that maybe are not that into fragrances has asked me, what are you wearing, when I was wearing sandalwood. So definitely great sillage, and you need to try it. This one as well. I think I said it. all of these fucking creations you need to try because they are that good. But I saved the best one for last. And by now you have probably already guessed that it is Coffee Addict. Theodoros Kalotinis Coffee Addict is my 10 out of 10 coffee fragrances. How come? Well, when we ask the question, what is the best coffee fragrance out on the market, people always suggest Black Phantom. Crayonce has something, I can't remember if that's the name of the fragrance or the name of the brand. We have Golden Dollar by Sergio, Kilian Black Phantom, Galerie Parfums Cognac Café. All those fragrances, the coffee isn't the star of the show. That is Coffee Addict by Theodoros Kalotinis. The coffee is the star of the show, and when you spray it in there, you get that hit by that coffee. Just poof, hits you in the nose. Black espresso. That is what it smells like in the opening. Well, you have some caramel, you have some vanilla, you have some caramel vanilla. There's something more patchouli, but it's chocolatey. Something kind of chocolatey as well in dry down. Probably it is patchouli. I don't know. I don't care because it is a 10 out of 10 fragrance. Price, scent, you get what it says. You all need to be a coffee addict to really enjoy this one. Scent, longevity is good, 7 hours, 6 to 7 hours with a moderate sillage. So for me, that makes it a 10 out of 10 coffee fragrance. I hope you enjoyed this little roundup on Theodoros Kalotinis. I feel I lost track a couple of times maybe, but that's just the way my heads work. I always go around in places and stuff. So this roundup, I'm gonna edit it down. Hopefully I can get something out of it. So for you guys who stayed this long, a big thank you. For you guys who dislike this video, or for you guys who think I take up space, time, air, whatever, piss off. The rest of you, I see you again.